I want to address the ongoing protest in Nigeria, starting from the Nigerian president and the vice president. First of all, the president of Nigeria is a strong Muslim. The vice president is a strong Christian. After observing what they are doing in Nigeria and the ongoing protest, I have to ask myself, what do their religious book teach about leadership? I have to inquire what Quran said about leadership. And I found out in Quran that Allah said, we made them leaders, guiding them by our command and inspiring them to do good work. Emphasis is on the good work. Allah later went ahead to mention that the leaders will be held accountable for their bad leadership. He mentioned it by saying that the people are like flock and the leaders are like shepherds, and they are responsible for their flock. Now, I go over to the Bible. Jesus Christ even used the Gentiles to give example to his apostle. He said that the Gentiles used to lord over their people when they become leaders. But such a thing should not be mentioned among Christians. That anybody that wants to be a leader among Christians should become a servant to the people he leads. Buhari is not holding up the mantle of leadership according to Islam. Osibanjo is not holding up the mantle of leadership according to Christianity. So where do these people get their political ideology from? We don't understand. Now, before this protest started, I started doing videos because the whole thing was clear to me that something like this is about to happen. It is something I felt in my heart without knowing it's a connective consciousness among most of the Nigerian youth. It is a connecting consciousness because human consciousness is the same and universal. I started making videos lamenting about the need to change the political ideology of Nigeria. Why I was mentioning is that this political ideology is outdated. This ideology is outdated and has no place in the modern world and is useless in the present generation. I started to point this out. I started to mention it in my videos. Then, at the end of the day, the protesters, when they started with end SARS, end police brutality. But you cannot end police brutality alone. It's not possible because there are underlying political ideology that made that police brutality possible. If you do not solve those other problems and just end police brutality, the police brutality will come back again. So the youth want it to be ended once and for all. Once and for all, permanently. Therefore, it will not just be about police brutality. You have to end corruption. You have to end bad governance. You have to change the Nigerian political ideology. So this is what the youth were demanding. So the youth, in the process, insisted that they want the president to address this current issue. When they say they want the president, possibly the people surrounding the president, I don't know how stupid they are. Because when one person is a bad leader, the people surrounding him contribute a lot to his leadership. I don't know the type of people they are. Do they think that do you just want to hear the voice of the president? That is not what they were asking for. Do you want the president to tell us that this is the new political ideology we want to implement in the country. And this is our structural changes we are going to make in different areas of our policies in order to enforce this new modern ideology that will be fitting to the youth. That is what they want to hear. They don't want to be given bribe. They don't want to be, don't want to play politics. They just want to hear. It's all about the ideology. They just don't even use the word ideology. They just want the president to address the protest. And the president came and failed to actually address the ideological problems of Nigeria, which caused the protest, which caused the police brutality, which caused the rest of the problem we're having in Nigeria. And that is why this protest has continued and is turning into other things it's not supposed to be. This protest is not a protest. The way I'm saying, it's not a protest that will blow over on its own. And when it blows over on its own, people will relax for a while and they will come back angrier. The human soul, throughout history, has proven that there is a limit of suppression people can tolerate. Once they get to that level of suppression, the people will start seeking for freedom. And once that fight for freedom has started, it is not something to be taken lightly. Many of them are already able and willing to sacrifice their life for that freedom. Because sometimes death is better than bondage. And that is what the youth are saying, and that is the situation, the mindset of many people in this protest. So it's not something you're going to use gun to shoot the people and they will go away. If you shoot them, they will not really go away. What they will do is that you have created more fanatical people that will come back angrier in this protest. Let's say you shoot one person who has a family of 5 and has 5 relations. Now those 10 people are deeply wounded. They come back with more anger and more fanatical approach and more destructive approach towards the protest. And they will use it and destroy what you're doing. So this is the target of these people. So when somebody go about and decide to shoot the protesters, you are making the situation worse. If you decide to ignore it, let it calm down, Nigeria will be in turmoil for a long time. Now, let me send a note of warning to any tribe. This particular protest is not a tribal issue. No tribe is being attacked. No tribe is being targeted. The youth are just expressing that they want better government. They want end of corruption. They want end of police brutality. It's not, even if it is your person that is in power, this is not attack on your tribe. That mentality of our people, it did not favor any part of Nigeria. And that is why the youth don't care about which people the president comes from. They don't care about which people. They just want this problem to be solved. So my advice to every tribe in Nigeria is that no tribe should take this personal as if it is their fight. Because any tribe that identifies themselves personal are trying to tell the other tribes that they are the owner of Nigeria. And that mentality cannot stand in the modern world. It cannot survive in the present Nigeria. So when you single yourself out as that tribe, now see what you're fighting for. You're not fighting for your freedom. The Igbos fought for their freedom during the Biafran War, and it was seen as such a huge crime. They have been vindicated by the current fight for freedom. Now, anybody that singled themselves out, now by fighting to maintain this ideology that is suppressing people, you are not actually fighting for freedom. You are fighting for the right to suppress others. You are fighting to rule others and overshadow them. It will be an offense that the people will never forgive and forget easily. And because I don't want any tribe in Nigeria to be so hated in that way, this is why I'm making this video. I'm giving it as an advice. It is not necessary. There is no need singling this yourself out as a tribe or as a group, a community, as a political party. Because what will happen is that in any part of the world where those tribes, the whole world is watching this thing, is going on social media, is circulating everywhere. So what is happening is that in every part of the world where those tribes exist, people will say these are the tribe that try to overshadow Nigerians. This tribe, we should never give them the same space. It will result to killing and the hatred of such tribes. They will go down in history for being responsible for the situation of Nigeria and for trying to fight a meaningless, stupid war in protection of corruption, in protection of bad government. It is, in fact, there is no reason for anybody to fight in defense of this government, except if the person is deeply tribalistic and stupidly ignorant. That is the only reason somebody will fight for this government, because this government is not following any other thing except making the wrong ideology and the wrong decisions. And they don't want to take, they have chances to make the right things. They have the opportunity to do the right things. Now, anybody advising the president or surrounding the president, I'm going to ask this question. What is that your political ambition that is so important to you that you see Nigeria burning down like this and you're still pursuing that political ambition? You see people dying on the street, people killing police killing people, and you think that your political ideology is more important, that your target as a politician, that your target as an individual, as a group, is more important than the lives of these people. That their political pursuit, your selfish political ambition, is more important than the well-being of more than 100 million people. What is it about? Seriously, we need to ask ourselves these questions. The people defending this government need to ask themselves this very question. There are things you are not meant to be defended, no matter the reason, no matter your excuse. Nobody, no human being, thinking being can defend this situation. It is painful when I hear people trying to defend it. My advice to the president and to other parts of Nigeria is to handle this problem in the appropriate way, like civilized people. We Africans should not always act like animals. We are not animals. Advanced nations will not mess up the way we are messing up. It is not in our blood to be messing up. We can look at something and say, let's just do the right thing. Right thing can be done here. It is easy and it's obvious. And it is as simple as ABCD to do the right thing in this situation. So what makes it so hard that we in Africa must want to act like animals? We want to kill people, hurt people, harm people, just to express some stupid political ambition. Why are we the only people that have religion? Are we the only people that have tribe and ethnic differences? Sometimes we need to ask ourselves these questions as a people. In the whole world, we are known as people that cannot develop themselves. We are mocked and disrespected for this very behavior. And yet we keep carrying it with pride. If any tribe in Nigeria wants to be the greatest tribe in Nigeria, I can tell you how you can do it. Make everybody in Nigeria feel loved and equal. Build Nigeria to become the greatest country. Anywhere they see you as a Nigerian, you will be respected. In that way, your tribe is the greatest tribe. In any part of the world you go. It is a style, it's a more advanced, more modernized way to do it. It's not by surprising other people and then handing power over to politicians to embezzle money and dehumanize the citizens of the country. And then after dehumanizing them, you now think you'll be respected anywhere. You won't be respected in Nigeria, you won't be respected outside of Nigeria. So if you really want to gain the world respect, if it's really such an important ambition, if you're not just pure evil, and it is an important ambition for you to follow and pursue it as a tribal ambition, then let's make a better Nigeria. Let's restructure Nigeria and make it better, and you will see that you will have more respect all over the world as a tribe and as a people. This thing needs to come to an end. And the way the youth are going about it, the things need to be gone, because very soon, criminals and hoodlums will start taking advantage of the situation. In fact, the politicians are going to try to divide the youth first, because they are the number one hoodlums. The first thing they are going to do now, they might set up some people to go to some part and start burning businesses of non-indigenous people in some area, so that those people living there will now feel like the place they are living have hated them. It will now result in another tribal hatred. That is exactly what they are going to try to do. When they try every other, because they have no game, they are looking for ways, loopholes to create tribal division. Once they can create that loophole again, they dismantle the people and then they start to mess up again. So I'm asking the youth in every part of Nigeria to unite. There is nothing more great than having a good leader in the country. There is nothing better than that. At this 21st century, if the people in power do not understand what good leadership is all about, I would like to explain it to them. In the 21st century, what you need as a leader is not even about building infrastructure alone. Infrastructure is secondary. The primary is the ideology. Build a strong, healthy political ideology in your country. That healthy political ideology will build healthy, powerful infrastructure. That is how it works. Trump is a great president in USA. But why is he suffering? He's suffering because he's doing a lot of good works. But his political ideology is somehow does not make America look good. It's harmful to America and the image of America worldwide. This is why people are complaining about Trump. Not because he's not doing work. He's doing a good work, doing very good with the economy. But people are still angry because he did not understand the political system of this generation. It's not just about doing those things. The primary thing is to make sure that the ideology is in line with the ideology that our generation want to work with. Now, that ideology, once it's in order, infrastructure will rise out of it. People will behave so good. They will build infrastructure naturally. It will become a natural aspect. So the proper is not for the leader to put effort in building structure. It's to now build people, and people will build the structures. That is what leadership is about now. So if the people surrounding Buhari does not know that, this is time for you to know. This protest is telling you that people can wake up moment and say, we don't want you as a leader, and you cannot do anything about it. And actually, you will not do anything about it. There will be a time, if care is not taken, at some point, people might start going to Aso Rock. And when they come, the soldiers, the number of people approaching each military man will be greater than the number of bullets that can come out of his gun. So he will have to escape. Or it can happen in another way, where the people guarding these politicians will actually be the one to capture them and hand them over to the youth to deal with them. It can happen. So it is time for restructuring. This restructuring was talked about a long time. People has been killed. I have a relation that was killed because he's protesting because of this restructuring. I have people that have been killed, people I know, good friends of mine. So people have died because of this protest. People have died for previous protests before this one. Enough is enough. In Africa, let us start behaving like modern people. African man will call a white man racist if he call you black monkey. Then you come to Africa and you're acting like one, or even less than a monkey. That is the most shameful thing you can do to yourself. So it is time we take this up. People in government should listen to this. There is nothing wicked about this. There is nothing harmful. But doing the opposite, refusing to listen to the plea of the youth, refusing to take this protest serious, that is the core. That is one of the highest level of wickedness a person can have. And we will not tolerate leaders that will have that kind of wickedness. We will not tolerate leaders that will have that kind of wickedness. Not in this generation and not in Nigeria.